Hello, my name is Scott Barnes. I'm with the law firm of Ward & Barnes, located in beautiful Pensacola, Florida, home of the Blue Angels, which is the photograph that's behind me. One of the areas that I focus on in my practice is medical malpractice. And frequently we have callers or clients who come in who ask us, what is the first step to determine whether or not I have a medical malpractice case? And what I frequently tell my clients, it sounds really obvious, but I say, get the medical records. And there are a number of reasons why I tell my clients to get the records. First and foremost, medical records are required to be kept by your medical doctors and providers that have treated you. And in those records, it's going to have their detailed information as to what they say they did in terms of your medical care. So the quicker you get those records, records can't go missing, records can't change, and you have the evidence that you need locked in from that point going forward. So my suggestion is always to get the records as quick as possible. The second reason, it's a practical concern that I suggest getting the records immediately, is because if you're concerned that your doctor has medically malpracticed you, you're probably not going to go back to that doctor. So as a practical matter, you having your medical records for your purposes and for future doctors who may treat you could be really, really important. And the third reason I suggest getting the medical records is so that you can give them to your lawyer immediately, so your lawyer can begin investigating whether or not there has been malpractice. I can't tell you how many times someone's come into my office and told me what happened to them and then looked at me and said, do I have a case? And the answer that I frequently have to say to them in that situation is, I don't know. I have to look at the medical records. And frequently, I've got to give those medical records to some sort of doctor or expert witness to look at them to help me determine whether or not malpractice occurred. So for those three practical reasons, the best thing a client can do or a potential client can do is get the records as quickly as possible. In terms of getting the records, there are several tips I just want to give you. You can go directly to your provider. You can ask them for the records. You don't need to give them a specific reason. You certainly don't need to tell them that you're investigating the possibility of medical malpractice. You just simply need to tell them they're your records and you want a copy of them, which you are entitled to. Secondly, ask for those records electronically if you can. Get them on a thumb drive or a CD or DVD of some sort. That way it's easier for you to have a copy of them and for you to give a copy of them to anyone that you want to look at those records. So those are the practical tips that I can give clients about medical malpractice claims and the first thing that they need to do. Thank you so much.